Welcome agents to this Ingress video where we're going to have a look at a new medal, and controversially this one is round. That's right, it's not hexagonal, it is round, weirdly enough. Does it actually fit in with your scanner? Do you like it? Can your OCD handle it? Let's find out. So the first thing to note then, I am in a rush when it comes to this medal. It's not because I need to race through it just to provide content, it's because I won't be in an area with any portals for about 4 weeks, which means that by the time that the medal has come and gone, I won't have any more opportunity other than the first weekend to actually get it, which is why I'm doing so much of it right now. And this medal is not an easy medal at all. We're going to need 10,000 points for that second tier medal if we can get there, and it's only 2,000 points for the first tier medal as well. So there are numerous different ways of making points when it comes to this medal, and the first and easiest one for me is obviously it is 3 points per link. So every link that I'm making on this video right now is 3 points towards this medal. And then there are other ways to do it, and that is you can destroy a link, which will give you 1 point per link destroyed. And then there is a really funny metric when it comes to starbursting. And I actually quite like the idea. So the idea is that you link 400 times to one portal, and that goes in this wonderful weird starburst pattern where you link from every portal around it so that you can actually maximize the amount of links, which means that obviously you're going to have to get a group of you and you're going to have to farm the heck out of that portal to get as many keys as possible to start off with. And then obviously you start linking into that portal, and after you get 400 links, then you start getting bonus points, and it starts at 20 points per link. And it's a case of one agent that has thrown a link into that portal has an opportunity to get those 20 bonus points. As to who gets those bonus points, then I believe it is a case of if you've thrown more links into that starburst portal, the one in the middle, then you have more of an opportunity. If you've thrown 1 or 2, then you have far less of an opportunity to get those extra points. And then those points go up exponentially if you have more than 400 points. So every kind of milestone, you get more bonus points per link thrown into that starburst. But I think the good thing about the idea is that it encourages Ingress agents to be sociable, to work together for a common goal, to be able to achieve this monumental amount of 10,000 points per agent if you're going for that really high tier level. Now, in terms of my personal journey and my personal medal, you can see that I'm using a decay engine to start off with just to save on viruses. Niantic, while they didn't give us much time to prepare for this event, they gave us some time, and so we've been farming keys for a long time to be able to set up something like this, and we thought maybe it would be okay to do 1 or 2 runs of the field engine and then we'd get our medal, and that is absolutely not the case. 10,000 points means 3,334 links for us, and that is a huge amount of links, which means that we'd actually have to run this field engine at optimum efficiency around about 4 or 5 times to be able to do this. But anyway, as you can see, the links have just decayed on that previous anchor, and I'm running through them again on this final anchor to try and get as many points as I can for this medal before I have to fly off to a different place where they don't have any portals at all. And if you're new to the idea of a decay engine, then the only thing that you really need to know is that a portal will decay in 7 days exactly, which means that you can set it up. So 7 days previous, I set this decay engine up with 2 minutes per anchor so that I could actually start throwing links and they would die predictably, and then I could move to the next anchor. And the other thing that you need to know is that if you keep 1 or 2 of the resonators recharged, it means that you keep the mods. So in this case, we have 4 SoftBank Ultra Leaks on each one of these portals, and they won't die, but the links will. If you've got 3 alive resonators, then the links won't die. But then the other beautiful thing about it is you can reuse them immediately, and you just have to use a virus afterwards. So whilst decay engines save on viruses, which is really good because they're very, very hard to come by, At the same time, if you're in a rush, it means that you can use the decay engine and then immediately throw the same links again and use a virus, in my case an Ada, to be able to kill all of those links a second time and to rerun that field engine immediately. And if you want the current statistics on this field engine of ours, then it's kind of approximate because some of the portals on the spine work for every single portal and some of them don't. But anyway, we have 32 portals on the spine and we have 19 anchors on the field engine total. And if you run it like that, then so you've got 19 times 32, and then you've got 3 points each. So 19 times 32 times 3, it equals 1,824 points. But then the other thing that you'll also notice is that we're also throwing some that are just links as well to try and optimize the efficiency of this link challenge. So sometimes we're not creating fields, we're just throwing links for the additional 3 points each time. And so if you run it like that, instead of it being 1,824 links, so at 24 points, then you are going for 19 times 40 times 3, and that is 2,280 points. But ultimately what I achieve is somewhere in between when it comes to this one as well, because I start running out of keys to the simple link ones. I make sure that I've got enough keys for every single one on the spines that I'm actually getting an optimal amount of fields every single time, but the individual keys where it's just the links, they're not so easy for us to farm because we don't often have hack modded portals that we can do that. Usually it's just shields. Nonetheless though, it's still a pretty good field engine. It works really well for us and it works really well for this challenge and my timescale of course. But I suppose the other thing then for me, I think whilst I'd like to get the medal and whilst I set myself the challenge of doing it this weekend, I also think that I'm kind of missing out a little bit when it comes to the social element of the play that Niantic are encouraging with their challenge and the Link Star challenge. So would I say this is the best way of getting that medal? I would probably say no, but if you're an individual player or if you have a couple of people just to help you and you're doing a lot of the work yourselves rather than one mass organized starburst, then I think it is very possible and very doable, which is why I'm doing it this way. But if I was around for a little bit longer, then I certainly would like to join in with some kind of starburst challenge and help a team and group initiative as well. I suppose the additional benefit then is obviously that you gain a huge amount of AP when you're doing something like this, and it also works amazingly for those medals, especially that connector one that I am certainly nowhere near. I think I'm around about 3/4 by the end of this challenge. But otherwise, it's just not as sociable. So great AP, not as much when it comes to a little bit of company and helping out others. Anyway, we're coming to the end almost of this first tier of the medal, and as soon as these links have been thrown, you'll see that I've virused this portal, and it should be enough to get me this first tier, the 2,000 points, and to see that round medal. Unfortunately, it never pops up anymore. I used to love it when the medal popped up when you got an achievement, but unfortunately it doesn't. So maybe you're having the same issue as me. I can see sometimes for other people it's working and it's perfect, but I haven't had that happen for a long time. So we're gonna have to go into my profile to be able to see that medal appearing. The other thing you can see me doing then is obviously I'm picking up all the keys because it took such a huge effort from 2 people farming all those keys that actually it's worth picking them up. And there you saw it at the top anyway, and my total points now is 2,373 at this point. But let's have a look at that medal, that very circular medal. I know this one's pretty contentious. A lot of people are thinking, why couldn't they just put a circle inside a hexagon? What do you think? Do you like it or do you not? I'll also put this wonderful screenshot in there. This is where I was on Saturday, and it is Cambridge Mission Day, or it was Cambridge Mission Day, which meant that I had a bit of fun in Cambridge, got my Mission Day tick. But at the same time, not all of my points are coming from linking like this. Some of them are actually coming from destroying and from a little bit of microfielding in Cambridge city centre as well, which meant that it's not all field engine and there is a little bit of sociableness going on when it comes to this medal too. And you'll see that reflected in the stats. So I don't have 3,334 links at the end of this entire challenge. I've got quite a few fewer than that because I've destroyed a few links when it was mission day, which was a lot more fun and a little bit of a break from the field engine because that took a huge amount of effort and was a little bit grindy, whereas actually mission day, a lot more fun, a lot more interesting. Anyhow, we've skipped into the future a little bit, and this is Sunday. This is day 3, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this link challenge, and now I'm just coming on to the final couple of runs of this field engine to be able to get this medal out of the way so that I can disappear. By this point as well, you can see that I'm definitely not running this field engine at optimal efficiency because I've certainly ran out of keys and it's been a monumental effort farming them, but nonetheless, we're getting there. We're very, very close. So you can see on the screen the score at the moment, 9,815, and all it's going to take is another 2 portals and then I'll be able to put this one to rest and not think about it for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, a lot of virus is used when it comes to this challenge, and you can also see when I'm linking, not quite now, that, yeah, absolutely, I have limited supplies of a few of the keys, and then I've got lots and lots of the other ones at the same time. Obviously, they're going to be passed to somebody else, and hopefully they can make use of the same field engine and make sure that they get their medal as well. Once more, make sure to pick up your keys. Anyway, I'll leave this to run for a while and we'll have a look at the stats at the end after these 2 final anchors. And finally, that was the last one. So that means hopefully I've done enough to get that medal, and there it is. It's lovely and purple, and once more it is ridiculously round, but at 10,007 points I think I can stop there, and we can have a look at a few of the stats, especially my weekly stats, because they're a little bit higher than they normally would be. Let's have a look at those very shortly. And I think the two key statistics that we can have a look at then under the week statistics is links created, which is 3,189, and then also resource gathering, because obviously we've got to get all those keys in the first place. You can see then I've done 11,994 glyph hack points, and on top of that 1,055 overclock hack points, and I must stress just how amazing overclock is for key farming. I wish every single portal on my spine could be overclocked. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're on your journey when it comes to this medal as well, and hopefully you can get it relatively soon and join in something like the starburst that you're supposed to do for Niantic. If you like this video, then by all means leave a comment, leave a like, and if you leave a comment I'll probably get back to you because I'm pretty good at that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.